Have you ever thought about what happens when your time is up? Not in a morbid way, but in a way that makes you think about the future. There's a fascinating story about this. A story of a kingdom with a very peculiar rule. In a land far away, a king's reign lasted only 1 year. After that year, as per the contract every king had to sign, he would be exiled to a remote, desolate island for the rest of his life. Picture this: a king finishes his term. He's dressed in the most magnificent clothes, placed on a royal elephant, and paraded through the cities for a final farewell. But this isn't a celebration. For every king before, it was a moment of profound sadness, a tearful goodbye before being shipped off to a lonely, unknown fate. On one such return journey, after leaving a king on the island, the royal boatman spotted a shipwreck. Clinging to a piece of floating debris was a lone survivor, a sharp and resilient young man. Since the kingdom needed a new ruler, they rescued him and offered him the crown. He was hesitant at first, but eventually agreed, even after they explained the 1-year rule and the inevitable exile. Just 3 days into his reign, the new king made an unusual request. He asked his ministers to show him the island where all the past kings were sent. They obliged, taking him by boat to a place shrouded in mystery. What he saw was terrifying. The island was a dense, dark jungle, filled with the roars of vicious, unseen animals. Venturing cautiously inside, he made a grim discovery: the skeletal remains of the previous kings. He instantly understood their fate. The moment they were left alone, they were hunted and killed. But this king was different. He wasn't one to accept a dreadful fate. He returned to his kingdom and immediately gathered 100 of the strongest workers, removed the dangerous animals, and cut down the excess trees. The king was a man of action and vision. He visited the island every single month to personally oversee the progress. In the first month, the island was cleared of all predators and much of the overgrown forest. The next month, the entire island was pristine. The king then instructed the workers to plant beautiful gardens and fruit orchards. He even brought over useful animals, chickens, goats, and cows, to create a self-sustaining environment. In the third month, he ordered the construction of comfortable houses and a proper dock for ships. Slowly but surely, the island of death was transformed into a paradise. Throughout his reign, this wise king lived a simple life. He wore plain clothes and spent very little of the kingdom's wealth on himself. Instead, he channeled all his earnings and resources into developing his future home, the island. After 9 months, the king surprised his ministers. "I know I have 3 months left," he said, "but I'm ready. I'd like to go to the island now." The ministers, bound by tradition, refused. He had to complete his full year. Finally, the day came. The people dressed their king in royal robes, placed him on the elephant, and began the farewell procession. But something was completely different this time. The king wasn't crying. He was smiling, even laughing with joy. The people were baffled. Every other king wept on this day. They asked, "Why are you so happy?" The king turned to them and shared a piece of wisdom. He said, "The wise say that when you are born, you cry while the world rejoices. Live your life in such a way that when you die, you are the one smiling while the world weeps for your loss." The other kings drowned themselves in the temporary luxuries of the palace, forgetting their future. But I never lost sight of what was to come. I used my time and resources to turn a place of dread into a beautiful home where I can now live in peace. This story is a powerful metaphor for our own lives. This world, with all its attractions, is like that 1-year reign. It's a temporary phase, a chance to prepare for what comes next. It's easy to get lost in the day-to-day, but the truly wise are those who plan for their island, their future. They live with purpose, building a legacy and preparing a place of peace for themselves, so that when their time comes, they can depart with a smile. It reminds us to look beyond the immediate and invest in what truly matters. What kind of future are you building for yourself? Thank you for watching. If this story resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe for more content that makes you think.